In the quaint town of Greenwood, a chilling tale circulated among the residents about the Shadow Stalker, a mysterious entity rumored to lurk within the depths of the nearby forest. Many dismissed it as a mere local legend, a story woven to thrill and terrify curious minds. One evening, curiosity gripped me and my group of friends, compelling us to embark on a quest to uncover the truths concealed within the legend of the Shadow Stalker. Armed with flashlights, courage, and the thrill of the unknown, we ventured into the dense woods that housed the enigmatic tale. As we penetrated deeper into the heart of the forest, an unnerving stillness enveloped us, replacing the usual symphony of rustling leaves and chirping crickets. Undeterred by the growing unease, we pressed forward, determined to unravel the mysteries that had fueled local folklore. The first indication that we were not alone manifested in subtle whispers, as if the very trees were sharing their secrets. Shadows danced around us, and the air became charged with an otherworldly energy. Despite our initial skepticism, we dismissed these occurrences as products of an overactive imagination, a collective paranoia fueled by the legend itself. Our skepticism began to wane when we stumbled upon an ancient, dilapidated mansion concealed deep within the woods. Legend spoke of it as the residence of a long-forgotten family whose members had mysteriously disappeared centuries ago. Intrigued, we cautiously entered the decaying structure, our flashlights revealing dusty, forgotten hallways and forgotten echoes of the past. As we explored, the air grew colder and the whispers intensified. It was as if the very walls harbored the echoes of a tragic tale, recounting the family's descent into darkness and their fateful encounter with the Shadow Stalker. The legend we saw began to unfold before our eyes. In a long-abandoned chamber, we uncovered an ancient journal that chronicled the family's tragic history. The patriarch, consumed by an insatiable thirst for power, had made a pact with an otherworldly entity, the very Shadow Stalker that had haunted Greenwood for centuries. The creature, hungry for the souls of the living, had been unleashed upon the world. Terrified, we realized that the legend wasn't a mere figment of imagination but a disturbing reality that had gripped the town for generations. The whispers grew louder, and shadows coalesced into a menacing figure as the entity materialized before us. The air turned icy, and fear clenched our hearts. With every passing moment, the malevolent force drew closer, its presence sending shivers down our spines. We fled the mansion in a panic, but the Shadow Stalker pursued relentlessly. As we stumbled out of the woods, gasping for breath, the horrifying reality set in. The legend had transcended folklore. The entity was free, and Greenwood would forever be haunted by the disturbing reality we had unleashed. Days turned into restless nights as the town succumbed to an ominous atmosphere. Greenwood's once cheerful streets now harbored shadows that seemed to move independently, and whispers of the long-forgotten family echoed in the chilling winds. The entity, unleashed from its ancient prison, wandered through the town, its presence leaving an indelible mark on every corner. Soon, reports surfaced of unexplained phenomena, objects moving on their own, strange apparitions appearing in the dead of night, and an overwhelming sense of dread that permeated the air. The townsfolk, once skeptical of the legend, now lived in perpetual fear as the malevolent force manifested itself in unsettling ways. In an attempt to rid Greenwood of the curse we had unwittingly unleashed, we delved into research about ancient rituals and forgotten incantations. Armed with newfound knowledge, we sought to confront the Shadow Stalker and banish it back to the depths from whence it came. But the entity proved relentless, always staying one step ahead of our desperate attempts to seal its influence. As our efforts to dispel the curse intensified, the town descended into chaos. Fear and paranoia gripped the once close-knit community, tearing at the fabric of Greenwood's social harmony. The Shadow Stalker fed on the growing despair, becoming more powerful with each passing day. In a last-ditch effort, we gathered the remaining townsfolk for a ritual to confront the entity. The air crackled with tension as we chanted ancient incantations, surrounded by the fading light of flickering candles. Shadows danced on the walls, and the whispers grew into haunting murmurs that seemed to echo through time. As the ritual reached its climax, the atmosphere shifted. The temperature plummeted, and the shadows coalesced into the unmistakable form of the Shadow Stalker. Its malevolence filled the room, and the very air seemed to vibrate with its dark energy. In that moment, we faced the embodiment of our collective fears. The entity's eyes glowed with an unholy light, and its presence threatened to consume us all. But we stood united, determined to undo the curse we had unwittingly unleashed upon Greenwood. With a final incantation, we channeled our combined energy to bind the Shadow Stalker. The air crackled with magic as the entity struggled against the invisible forces that sought to imprison it once again. In a blinding flash, the room was filled with an otherworldly light, and the malevolent force dissipated into the ether. Greenwood, though scarred by the ordeal, was finally free from the grip of the Shadow Stalker. The once chilling whispers faded, and the shadows that haunted the town receded. The sun broke through the clouds, casting a warm glow on a community that had weathered the storm. As we surveyed the now tranquil town, we couldn't help but reflect on the consequences of our curiosity. The legend we sought to debunk had become an inescapable reality, and it took the unity and courage of the townspeople to break free from its curse. Greenwood, once shrouded in darkness, emerged stronger, having faced the true depths of its own legends and survived the haunting reality they concealed.